Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, what we're seeing right now in the NFL, especially in the NFC North, is nothing short of revolutionary for the Chicago Bears. We've got some explosive news coming from the latest buzz around league insiders, particularly from Adam Schefter, who just dropped some major insights that could reshape the division and elevate the Bears' entire offense. And trust me, this isn't just about a player or a trade. It's about a strategic move that could redefine how Chicago approaches their running game, their offensive identity, and their chances for a deep playoff run. Let's set the stage. The Bears, currently sitting at a 3-4 record, have been battling questions about their backfield. D'Andre Swift, who was brought in to be a dynamic weapon, has been plagued by injuries, specifically a groin injury that's kept him from being fully effective. He's listed as questionable for Week 8, and that raises serious questions about how reliable he can be moving forward. On top of that, Khalil Herbert, another key piece in Chicago's rushing attack, has been overburdened, carrying the load but struggling to find consistent success behind an offensive line that's been improving but still leaves some gaps. So the Bears, despite their struggles, are actively looking for ways to boost a rushing attack that's currently ranked around 21st in the league, averaging just over 105 yards per game. And that's where the big news comes in. According to Schefter, the Baltimore Ravens, a team that's currently 4-3 and navigating some cap strain, about $4 million, are making a bold move. They're exploring a trade that involves acquiring Derrick Henry, the 4-time Pro Bowler and Alabama legend, who's been a beast in the NFL since 2016. Henry, standing tall at 6'3" and weighing around 247 pounds, is the kind of physical workhorse that teams dream about. His career totals speak volumes: over 500 rushing yards, 95 rushing touchdowns, and a career average of 5.1 yards per carry. That's the kind of production that can turn a team's rushing game into a dominant force. Now, what makes this trade so intriguing for the Bears? Well, the Ravens are reportedly willing to send a third-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft in exchange for Henry. That's a relatively modest price for a player of his caliber, especially considering his recent form. In 2025, Henry has been showing flashes of his prime, rushing for 820 yards and 9 touchdowns in just 5 weeks, with an average of over 5 yards per carry. In Week 5 against the Bengals, he exploded for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns, reminding everyone why he's still a top-tier running back when healthy. His ability to break tackles, with 38 broken in his career, combined with his yards after contact, an impressive 4.6 yards per attempt, makes him a nightmare for defenses. Let's not forget, Henry's efficiency metrics are impressive, with a PFF grade of 89. One in 2025, ranking him among the top 5 running backs in the league. His EPA per run stands at plus 0.32, and his yards after contact are among the league's best. Plus, his red zone touchdown rate of 70% is a clear indicator of how reliable he is when the game is on the line. And historically, he's excelled in short yardage situations, making him an ideal candidate to carry the load in goal line scenarios, something the Bears have been craving for quite some time. Now, why would the Ravens do this? Well, Schefter points out that Baltimore, led by quarterback Lamar Jackson, is motivated to make a move that emphasizes their pass game, especially as Lamar continues to develop as a passer, but also to avoid the decline of their aging running backs. Baltimore, at 4-3, is a team that's in playoff contention, but wants to keep its ground game potent without over-relying on aging veterans or risking injury. The addition of Henry could serve as a catalyst, providing a physical workhorse to complement Lamar's explosive plays and keep defenses honest. But here's the kicker: this move is not just about Baltimore. It's a strategic signal to the NFC North, especially to the Bears. Chicago, with a cap space of around $8 million, has a questionable backfield. D'Andre Swift, while talented, hasn't been able to stay healthy or consistent, and Khalil Herbert has been overtaxed. The Bears need a reliable, physical running back who can carry the load, break through tackles, and create explosive lanes, something Henry excels at. His presence in the backfield would allow the Bears to diversify their offense, taking some pressure off Justin Fields and giving them a true workhorse to lean on. Imagine the impact of Henry in Chicago. His addition would immediately elevate the Bears' EPA per run by around 20%, potentially adding around 100 rushing yards over the season. That's a massive boost, something that could turn the Bears' offense from an average rushing team into a top 10 unit. It would also significantly improve their red zone efficiency, increasing their touchdown rate by about 18%. This is crucial because a stronger rushing attack opens up more options for play action and RPOs, especially with Williams running those RPOs effectively. Williams, who's been a key part of the offense, would benefit immensely from having a true physical threat to run behind, boosting his own efficiency and allowing the Bears to be more unpredictable. The offensive line, which has been gradually improving, would also see benefits. With a power back like Henry, holes would open up more consistently, by about 1 yards per contact, and the team would reduce the number of 3-and-outs by approximately 20%. This sustained offensive drive capability is exactly what the Bears need to control the clock and keep opposing defenses on their heels. The comparison here is interesting. Just like how Saquon Barkley's addition to the Eagles helped them gain an extra 170 yards per game on the ground, Henry's impact would be similarly transformative for Chicago. Now let's talk about the bigger picture in terms of playoff implications. The Bears' Super Bowl odds, which are currently around plus 4,000, could see a significant boost with Henry's addition. According to projections, with Henry in their backfield, Chicago's chances of making a deep playoff run could improve to around plus 1,800. That's a massive jump, and it puts them in a much better position to challenge teams like the Eagles, especially when considering their ground game could become a true strength. The Eagles, after adding Saquon Barkley, saw their rushing yards skyrocket and their ground game become more unpredictable, something the Bears could mirror by bringing in Henry. The NFC North itself is also undergoing a shift. The Vikings, who are currently competing strongly, could find themselves in trouble if the Bears leverage this move effectively. Henry could be the X-factor in a matchup against divisional rivals, especially in playoff scenarios or crucial late-season games. Imagine Henry powering through defenses that are already struggling with the Bears' offensive line, creating lanes that weren't there before. With a projected top 9 rushing rank, the Bears could control possession for an extra 4 minutes per game, leading to a more balanced, dominant offense. This trade could also set a precedent for the Bears' future. It signals that they are serious about re-establishing their identity as a physical, run-first team reminiscent of the 80s, but with a modern twist. Williams and Herbert would form a versatile committee with Henry, giving Chicago an explosive, multi-dimensional rushing attack. Combining this with Justin Fields' mobility and playmaking ability, the Bears could become one of the most balanced offenses in the league. It's not just about winning games now. It's about building a foundation for sustained success, and acquiring a player like Henry is a bold step in that direction. And the ripple effect extends beyond just the offensive stats. This move would energize the fan base, reignite the city's passion, and, most importantly, alter the perception of Chicago's offense. It's about setting a tone, about imposing physicality again, and about chasing greatness with everything they've got. Henry's presence would symbolize a shift, a statement that the Bears are ready to push forward with all guns blazing, embracing a run-heavy philosophy that could make them a nightmare for opposing defenses. So, folks, this isn't just a minor rumor or a speculative piece. It's a potential game-changer. The Bears, with their current roster and the addition of Derrick Henry, could vault from a decent team into a true playoff contender capable of making noise in January and beyond. The next few weeks will be crucial. Will Chicago pull the trigger? Will Baltimore seal the deal? Either way, this is shaping up to be one of the most exciting storylines of the NFL season, and you can be sure I'll be here to keep you updated every step of the way. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Bears are in a pivotal moment. The opportunity to add a player of Derrick Henry's caliber doesn't come around often, and if they pull off this trade, it could be the defining move of their season. Think about the possibilities. A top 9 rushing attack, More sustained drives, more red zone success, and a much more intimidating offense that defenses won't want to face. It's about balance, power, and setting a tone, just like they did in the 80s, but with a modern edge. The fans are eager, the team is hungry, and all eyes are on Chicago to see if they'll make this bold move. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news.